Welcome to Conversations with Kay. This video is just my opinions and should not be construed as facts. So here we are, let's just get right to it. Katie Joy, her lawsuit has been dismissed by the judge for a lack of jurisdiction. Not a lack of defamation, a lack of jurisdiction. Which I was kind of afraid was going to happen, but I'm not an attorney, so there you have that. I haven't been making any videos on Katie because I felt like it was just recycling the same stuff over and over because she's pretty consistent in what she does. But I did say I would make one when anything major happened with the case, and I feel like this is pretty major. Before I go too much further, though, I want to give a listen to what she said today on her video about her attorney, Mr. Brown. Let's give a listen.
Experienced with cases like this, as well as managing jurisdictional issues. So I was trying very hard to really just ignore all of this outside stuff, as hard as that was. And there were days that it was harder than others. So the only thing that was really hard for me during this time there were so many just online opinions and personal attacks at my attorney that I felt like I wanted to scream and yell and like defend him. And I just want to say that thank you to my attorney, Michael Brown. He has been amazing, and I am so grateful for his skilled, just tenacious, methodical approach to this. I know it confused a lot of people. I know people were expecting a different request for dismissal, but we believed that this was the right choice based on what we were looking at and so forth. So a lot of people have said a lot of different things about him. And I just want to say that he's a wonderful attorney. I am so grateful for his guidance, and I am just incredibly happy with this result today. And I just want to.
So Katie thinks her attorney's the best thing since sliced bread because he got the case dismissed for a lack of jurisdiction. And he did get it done. You got to give him that. But what about all the other crap? What about all the money he cost her filing all these stupid motions, not doing what the judge asked him, not going by the local rules? Yeah, I wouldn't be happy with that at all because all that did was rack up her bill. And, I say the same thing about Salts. I've said it before. He also racked up Tati's bill. I wouldn't be happy if I was Tati or Katie. Both these attorneys kind of lost their heads on this case. I don't know what they were thinking. But, you know what it's called when two men get in a pissing match. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what happened here. They both cost their clients a lot of money doing stupid things. Now, I think Saltz is an amazing attorney normally. I don't think he was on this case. He's got a lot of major cases that he's won and set precedent and all these things. So, yeah, he's an amazing attorney. I just don't know what happened to him on this case. He just got into this pissy match, and I think the Twitter stuff went to his head. I know this is not going to be a popular opinion, but I don't think he was used to Twitter and what goes on Twitter until this case. I think he kind of lost his mind there for a little bit. If you notice, he's not tweeting all the time anymore, right? Because I think he got his hand smacked pretty good for some of the stuff he was putting out on Twitter. It wasn't a good look, in my opinion. But like I said, I think both these attorneys weren't at their best on this lawsuit. The thing is, if Katie's attorney had been smart, he would have just waited to see if his motion to dismiss was going to go through. Had he been confident in that, he could have just sat back and waited, right? And saved Katie all that money filing all this extra stuff that nobody needed to see, and the outcome would have been the same. I venture a guess that most attorneys would have sat back and waited to see what the judge was going to rule on that, instead of getting into all this other nonsense that meant nothing. I don't know. To me, it's like both these attorneys forgot what this case was really about. I would not be happy with either one of them. And this leads to the other question, will it get refiled? Now, I know a lot of people on Twitter are putting that Salt's already said a couple months ago that if it got dismissed due to jurisdiction, he would refile it in Minnesota. Now, he's going to, of course, he's going to say that. He's never going to say in the middle of a case, no, we won't refile. So I think the only thing he could say was, yes, we will refile. But ultimately, that's up to Tati. Is she really going to want to spend another couple $100,000 on this case? I have doubts he'll refile. I really do. I could be wrong, but I'm kind of doubting it'll get refiled. Maybe not. She's already got that other lawsuit going on. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Maybe she thinks this is enough, and maybe Katie learned her lesson. I don't know that she did. But, you know, the funny thing to me, listening to Katie's video, too, is she keeps saying we. We did this strategically. No, Katie, you didn't do it. Your attorney did it. It's so funny that she takes the credit for what her attorney has done. Like she had some big part in that. But I digress. That's just the Katie Joy way, right? That's what she does. So then Katie puts up this tweet saying that maybe other creators should take down their videos about Lorianne. She's trying to act like she's just so sweet and innocent and all this. Katie, you're the one that threw Lorianne to the dogs. You're the one that turned on her. You're the one that caused her to be in all this, in my opinion. So, yeah, I guess it's easy for you to say take those videos down, but you're the one that did it. I mean, I kind of get what she's saying, but again, Katie's the one that turned on her so-called ride or die friend and pretty much threw her to the wolves. So now she's pretty easy for her to act empathetic now. Oh, Katie. Dang. So, yeah, maybe people should think about it. I don't know. I don't know that anybody's really going back and rewatching old videos of the Lorianne declaration. I kind of doubt it. You know, I've learned that there's some videos that get more and more views as they get older. Certain TikTok videos I've done just get tons and tons of views the older they get. A couple of the Katie videos do that, but not like the John Benet Ramsey video I did. That thing just gets more and more views the older it gets. I don't feel like that's going to be... I don't think people are looking for the Lorianne declaration videos. I really don't. It's kind of old news and old hat. So I'm not sure that those are going to get watched a lot anyway. But I don't think Katie's in the position to be telling other creators what to do. Especially some of the horrible, harmful, in my opinion, videos that Katie has on her channel that she refuses to private or take down. That are way worse. Now, I do have empathy for Lorianne. I think she got caught up in this mess. I think she's so sorry she got caught up in this mess. But you have to remember, Lorianne was pretty vocal and really went after people. So, you know, I think it was a hard lesson for everybody. So many people, I think, have learned things over the past few months about maybe not interjecting yourself into other people's drama, being more careful on Twitter, being more careful what you put out for public consumption. Yeah, I think it was a lot of hard lessons for a lot of people. But I feel like the only one that didn't learn anything was Katie. I feel like she still has not learned a thing through this lawsuit. I think she'll just continue to do what she does until something major really does happen. And you would think, even though she got this dismissed, you would think now in hindsight, seeing the stress that a lawsuit can cause, seeing the amount of money it has cost her that does not go to her family now, would be enough to get her to back off a little bit in some of the statements she makes. But it hasn't, because we've all seen the new videos. They're not about Tati, but they're still very much, in my opinion, over the line. So I don't know what it'll take to get Katie to learn a lesson. This didn't do it, though, I feel. I truly feel like this did not teach her anything. And if that won't do it, the only thing that will would be a lawsuit that somebody wins. I really thought she would back off after seeing all the stress this, and you can see the stress. You can see the physical effect this stress has had on her if you look at videos pre-lawsuit and videos post-lawsuit. So I'm like, I want to shake her and go, what is wrong with you? Why do you not get it? Just back off. Don't go so crazy with your statements. Don't go after minors. Stop talking about how women look. Oh, it's just kind of driving me crazy lately. She's really been going after a lot of women for the way they look, which she says she hates that people do to her, and she turns around and does it to other women. It about makes me crazy. Because y'all know I don't agree with that either, and I don't go after Katie for her looks. I don't go after anybody for their looks. It's not right. But that's the hypocrisy of Katie Joy. We've always known that. It's always going to be that way. She's never going to change. She just is what she is. And that's why I don't make as many videos about her anymore, because it just gets redundant. She's just going to keep doing the same thing over and over. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. The other thing I want to touch on lightly, because I'm not going to get into a lot of drama. I've been so busy with the popcorn store that I've just kind of sat back and watched what's going on with other creators, but I haven't said too much. And I just want to say, and they don't have to take my advice because I'm just a little channel, but be careful when you start talking about people that are not public figures. I think we do have to take some responsibility there and be more careful when you're talking about other people who are not public figures but might have got caught up in a court case like Lorianne, or got caught up in the hacking or whatever it was. If they're not a public figure, I don't feel like they're fair game. So I just want to put that in there, because I know there's a lot of talk going on about some things that have happened over the last 3 weeks. I don't hold anything against anybody. I just think we all have to be more careful when you're talking about people that are just on the sidelines and happen to get caught up on Twitter or something, but they're not a public figure, so I don't think it's fair to really put them out there. Lorianne kind of put herself out there because she kept putting herself into the case so vocally, well, not vocally, but so many texts, so many comments, so much on the videos. But even then, we need to be careful, because even Lorianne was not a public figure, although she did put herself in there a lot. But hopefully you guys know what I'm saying. I don't hold any animosity against anybody, and I'm not getting into all that drama. I just a small reminder that, if a person's not a public figure, probably just leave them out of it. There's so much to talk about every day. If I had more times, I'd be making so many more videos about all different topics. So there's always more to talk about. We don't need to bring up people that aren't even public figures. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I just wanted to get my thoughts out there, why they were fresh from seeing what happened with the lawsuit today. I know a lot of people are kind of disappointed. It may not be the end. Who knows? Maybe they will refile. Maybe they won't. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you think they're going to refile? Let me know. Have a great night, guys.